Yenka Science lets you simulate many force and motion experiments. Start by dragging on a space from the Motion and Forces folder. There's a range of objects that you can use, so we'll start with a ball. When you move your mouse over the ball or click on it, you'll see a silver handle and numbers representing the x and y components of its velocity. Drag the handle to set its velocity. The ball won't start moving until you release the handle. We've resized the space here so that the ball bounces off its edges. Next, pause the simulation. Double-click on the motion space to open its properties pane. In the material section, you can change the properties for the walls at the edge of your simulation. Here, we'll change it so the walls are perfectly inelastic. Release the pause button. Now the ball doesn't bounce when it hits the walls. Choosing another material, like wood, for the walls lets the ball bounce again, but each time it loses some energy. You can change other settings for your simulation in the Properties pane, such as the coefficients of friction, the fluid in which the objects move, and the way forces on objects are displayed. To set velocities for an object more accurately, first click on them. Then click on the values for the x and y velocity components and type new values. This is easier to do with the simulation paused. You can add as many objects as you like. We'll set this tennis ball to collide with the football. We've given it a high velocity as it has a lower mass. When you set a velocity while the simulation is paused, the objects only move once you release the pause button again. This is useful if you want to make two or more objects start moving at once. An empty space has no gravitational field. To set up a gravitational field, add a ground part to your simulation. Now when we release the pause button, the balls will fall to the ground. You can see the arrows now show the forces acting on the balls. Grounds can have different properties, but they all start with a gravitational field strength of 9.81 meters per second squared. You can edit the properties for the ground, such as gravitational field strength, coefficient of friction and elasticity, by clicking on it. You can also use the presentation parts, like this drop-down list. Drag the target symbol onto the ground and then choose the property you want to change. Here we're changing the gravitational field strength by choosing a new world on which to simulate.